myself, I'm going to see if I can do the next two problems in 6 minutes. All right, let's go. I have x squared minus 10x plus 16. Let's go ahead and graph it. Y equals, clear everything you have, x, that should be x squared minus 10x plus 16. Click graph. Looking at this, how many roots do you see? If you guess 2, you are correct. Remember, a root or a solution is where your parabola, this curved line, crosses the x-axis. So there's 1, 2 right there. So I'm going to go ahead and write down 2 solutions. I'm going to click second table, and that gives me the table. Remember, I want to find where y equals 0. So look at your y value, your f of x value, and we want to find where y equals 0. Here's 1, 2, 0. That's going to be one solution. Let's go ahead and go down to see if there's another one. Oh, right here, there's another 0. So my second solution is 8, 0. Okay. So let's go ahead. If you bring it over to x, you can move it back up. Let's start at 2. Let's start at our vertex. I want to make sure I have the vertex because that's the turning point. And in order to find vertex, we have to do this formula again. So if x equals negative b over 2a, over here, b is going to be negative 10. Don't forget that negative in front of it. 2a is going to be positive 1. Use your calculator. Go back to graph, clear it. Negative, parentheses, negative 10, parentheses, divided by, remember to put all of this in parentheses. 2 times 1, enter, I get 5. So x equals 5. I'm going to plug 5 back into here. So it's going to be 5 squared minus 10 times 5 plus 16. Plug it in your calculator. Parentheses 5 squared minus 10 parentheses 5 plus 16, I get negative 9. So my y value equals negative 9. My vertex is 5, negative 9. I have about 3 minutes left, so let's go ahead and finish this. So go ahead and plug that in first. I'm going to go all the way to 5. I'm going to go down all the way to 9. Since my a value is positive, it's going to open upwards. Plus, you can see in your graph. So let's go back to y equals, graph this. Second table, it's going to give me my table. Find your vertex. My vertex is 5, negative 9. So I'm going to make sure I have that. Let's start at 2, 0. 3, negative 5. 4, negative 8. 5, negative 9. That's my vertex. 5, 6, excuse me. Negative 8. 7, negative 5. And then 8, 0. So let's go ahead and graph this. When x is 2, y is 0. That's one of my solutions. That's one of my x-intercept. That's my root. 3, I'm going to go all the way to negative 5. 4 is at negative, 4 is at negative 8. Here's my vertex, my turning point. 6, negative 8. 7 goes to negative 5. And 8 is at 0. I'm going to go ahead, if I click graph, it doesn't touch the y-intercept yet, so I'm just going to go, I'm going to make this into my parabola. Connect the dots. The neater that you can make this, the better. I have 1 minute left. All right, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give myself a couple more minutes. Get it done in 5. All right, so remember, the first thing you have to find are your solutions. How many solutions do they have? 2, because this is where it touches the x-intercept. And y is always 0 for your x-intercept. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Go back to y equals, clear it, negative x squared plus 9. That's what it should look like. Click graph. How many solutions do we have? If you guessed 2, you're correct. Here are my 2 solutions. So I'm going to write down 2 solutions. Second table gives me my table. Boom, here's my first solution, 3, 0. Let's move this down. Do I have another one? No, if I keep going down, it keeps getting bigger. I don't think I'm going to get 0 that way. Let's go. So here's my first solution where y equals 0. I'm going to go up a little bit. Here's my other solution, negative 3, 0. Okay. Again, please slow this down if I'm moving too fast with the calculator. I'm going to go back to my graph. I have, here are my 2 roots, 3, 0, and negative 3, 0. I have a negative x. If I have a negative x, do you guys think it's going to be positive? Excuse me. Do you guys think it's going to open downwards or upwards if it's negative? Here where I have negative 1 as my a value, it's going to open downward. Here my a value is positive 1, it's going to open upwards. So what do you think if it's negative 1? If you think it's going to open downwards, you are correct. Plus, it's on your graph. All right, let's go ahead and figure out the vertex, right? I have x equals negative b over 2a. So go ahead and put the negative carried over. My b value, do we have a b value? We don't have a b value. So it's going to be negative 0. B is next to an x, and there's no number next to an x over here, so it's going to be 0. Over 2 times negative 1. So I have 0 over negative 2. Go back to, anytime you have a 0 as your numerator, your answer, x equals 0. When 0 is on top, it's going to be 0. And you can never, you can never divide by 0. So 0 can never be on the bottom. If you do that on your calculator, let's say you have 8 divided by 0. You can't divide by 0. But if you have 0 divided by 8, it's going to give you 0. Let me try that again, because you didn't see it. 8 divided by 0, undefined, can't have that. Clear, 0 divided by 8 gives you 0. All right, so you're going to plug this back in. I'm going to have, let's see, negative 0 squared plus 9. I'm going to substitute 0 in here for you to see. What do you guys think that's going to be? If you guess 9, you're correct. If you want to double check yourself, you can most certainly do that. You have negative parentheses 0 squared plus 9. 9. Any 0 times 0 is going to give you 0. So my y value is 9. So my vertex is 0, 9. So I'm going to go when x equals 0. This is also my y-intercept. Okay, so here are my x-intercepts. Here's my y-intercept. Let's go ahead and fill out the table. Go back to y equals. It's still there, thank goodness. Second table, I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. I have negative 3, 0. 2, you should be copying it from here. Negative 2, 5. -1. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I have like 5 seconds left, so I'm going to just pause it so it doesn't annoy me. -1, 8. Here's my vertex, 0, 9, 1, 5, 2, 8, and 3, 0. Okay, so this has been a pretty long video. Go back and look through it. I don't know how more of this I can break down, but if there's any questions you have, please ask Mr. Abundus. He will definitely help you out. If you turn the page over, this is what you'll be turning in at the end of today. This is due, and I will grade this tonight. You have level 1, level 2, level 3. Start with level 2. Start with level 2. Mr. Abundus will go around and check to see if you are on the right track. If not, he'll let you know. But start with level 2. Try level 3. I'm pretty sure most of you can get level 3. But if you're really struggling with this, if you cannot figure this out, level 2 in 10 minutes, then go back to level 1, okay? If you can figure this out in 2 minutes, go to level 3. Make sure your answer is down here. You just need to solution and justification right here. If you need more space, there's more space in the back. And this is your homework for tomorrow. Make sure that's done. That would also be a grade. Okay. Remember that you can stay after school today to make up your grade and bring it up. You can also stay after school on Thursday to make up your grades and bring it up. I would definitely recommend going over the video again if you need any help with this. If you're done now, you may stop this video, but very quickly, because I apparently love to talk, I'm going to spend 1 minute to go over what you really needed to know from this. Start. Quadratic roots. Quadratic roots are when you have points that intercept the x-axis. How do you find them? With a calculator. You literally just have to plug this into your calculator, and you can tell if it's no solution, 2 solutions, or 2 solutions. Your calculator will tell you because there's a 0 at the y value. If you have 0 at the y value, this is going to be one of your roots. To graph it, the easiest thing to do is find your vertex first. Your vertex is your turning point. It's either your maximum or your minimum. To find x, you use this formula. After you find your x value, you plug it back into your formula or your equation, then you get your y value. That's your vertex. You're going to use the rest of you're going to use your calculator to fill out the rest of the table. Then you're going to graph it. And that's all that I have for you guys today. I will collect the problem of the day from Mr. Abundus at the end of today. If you need to go over any of this, I would recommend just reviewing my notes this video so that you understand how to do this. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email me or call me or text me tonight. I can definitely help you all with your homework. All right, have a wonderful day. I know you guys have a tomorrow, so you guys will kill it, and then I will see you guys on Thursday.